Live in the studio, Giovanni. We live. We
And
live.
the lies keep coming.
Giovanni,
Ain't coming.
we live in the studio, Giovanni. Play with me. We live, everybody. Where she at? Where's she at? She late. Does she
And
love
the
you?
lies keep
Does she love
coming.
you? She don't love you. She don't love you. Boo
Anymore.
boo. This is
And
another
the
episode
lies
of Shereen
keep
Simon and Giovanni Ford. Mrs. Ford is late to the party. She late to the game.
and the lies keep
She ain't here. She ain't live and
coming.
direct.
And the lies keep
Can't
coming.
tell her nothing.
And the lies
There's no lies, Giovanni. You were late.
coming.
The party started. Be on time. Set it up.
Keep
Be
coming.
on time.
Who was helping set you up? Helping you get your audience.
My friend, Forward Vibrations, was on the back being real positive, but it's Giovanni Ford, and she just a different.
Always.
Alrighty.
And
What up, everyone? This is another episode of Herbal Tea Thursdays with your girl Shereen from Voices and Vibes and Black Print, all up in Perspective Studio Productions, live and direct. I'm going to throw it over to my girl in Texas. Catch that. There you go.
It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni. I help women with endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome reduce chronic pain, eliminate stress, and minimize those irregular or heavy periods. Y'all, thanks for vibing with me. I'm also the host of the Empire Plates and Fire Lives podcast, baby. What's good, Shereen?
I mean, I have to go back to your intro just now where you said you eliminate stress. But
come on,
all you've been doing is stressing me for the past 5 minutes. It's stressing me for the last
people
5.
being real. They being raw, intentional, and ain't around here lying.
Man, I don't know who is. I'm going to burn the incense for them.
Go ahead and light it up. You got your tea?
I don't have tea in the studio today.
Okay, what you got?
Just water.
I'm down with that.
I'm drinking water. I have some pineapple juice, but it's not cold, so I don't know if I'm feeling it. I'll take a sip, but I'm drinking water. Okay. But on my water tip, we've been on this 3 days. 3 days.
You got to check us in?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to put my table down a bit.
All right.
Too much. All right, let's do this check-in. Let's do the check-in for the check-in.
I'm excited.
All righty. Good.
I'm excited.
Okay. I hear you. Let's see what the check-in's gonna check in.
What the check-in gonna check in.
What the check-in gonna check in.
You know what the check-in gonna check in.
The check-in be checking. Oh, the check-in checked in. Hold on. It fell right on out. I'm afraid.
Come on.
Oh, child. Oh, shit. This don't even play. This does not even play. All right. What areas of your life needs your attention most? That was the check-in. And before you answer, I almost
it was coming straight to me.
Either of us answered. I almost feel like I don't know why that light is flickering because it's not flickering in front of me that I can see, but I'm gonna fix it in 2 seconds. I almost feel like this question can be answered in our segue to next week. So we'll pause that until we're ready to talk. Or you want to talk now?
Okay. So we can pause that. Are you gonna pull another card?
Yeah, let's do it. We can do it. Or it can wait. I'm good.
Pull it.
I have one that's upside down. I'm going to flip that back over because I don't know what that was. I think it's an old one. All right. You know how this goes. I'm trying something different with my laptop. I don't know why. Because I kind of want it on a tilt, but I don't have it on a tilt. So I just.
I'm seeing this little
Okay.
purple light come through. That's studio effects.
That is Studio Facts. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. What makes you feel most connected to others?
Ooh. Shared or similar experiences. That's what I'm gonna say. And yeah, shared or similar experiences.
Okay.
I think that's what connects. Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm with that. Y'all gotta go with the card that jumps.
always. I'm gonna turn off that light because, like, ow. But I can't take the flickering. I don't know why. It's not actually flickering, but I see it flickering.
But someone was so ready to click live.
I'm always ready. You know what, Giovanni?
All good.
Giovanni's been on me today.
All good.
Been. All right, Crystal? Okay. Let me answer this question. What makes you feel most connected to others? So I'm with you on shared experiences. Actually, sometimes it's like if my spirit takes them. So I can kind of feel what they're kind of giving off. And I want to say like the vibrations that they're giving off, like that frequency that they're giving off. Because if it's not a good vibe, I can feel that. But when I'm around them and you can kind of feel the energy, I think that's the word I'm looking for. You can feel the energy that they're on. And that when that energy is positive and it just works, that's what makes me feel connected. Alrighty.
Okay. You want to tap in? Bring us in.
Oh, girl. Yeah, let me do it with this bottle of water here. Cheers.
Cheers.
What did I see? What was that facial expression I see before you? Yeah, it was all this live. I seen that.
What did it look like? Because I didn't see my face.
Vibration was off. That energy. It just showed you going like,
I think that is your, how do I say it?
What?
Your consciousness? Because I had nothing wrong with the water. You had water. What was it? What did you think what did it mean to you?
No, I'm not assuming anything. You run it back and watch that. You had a facial expression. You had a facial expression. But
you know what I think it might have been?
Oh hell. Never mind. I'm not even interested.
Okay. I won't say it then.
Not today.
Not today. All right. So
what we
how
do
was your day today? How did your week go?
Oh, Giovanni hit me with some Shireen. I think it was a good week. Yesterday, my energy was a little off.
It was a good week? You don't know?
Okay, what day are we on? We're on Thursday? I don't even remember what I did this week. It was cool. You know, we got people coming through the studio, checking it out.
That's beautiful. The studio?
Yeah.
What's the studio called?
Perspective Studio Productions, right? Perspective. Okay, not even on the beat. But that was cool. You know, today was kind of cool. I got invited at the last minute, not today, but like a couple of days ago for today to go to Amir's breakfast. And it was early. It was like 7:30. So that was
have appetites that
early? Yeah, they do. Yeah. But they had like fresh fruit and hash browns and things like that, right? It was a light breakfast. It wasn't anything heavy, but it was good. And I think the best part of it was the takeaway of I felt like I was putting myself outside of the box, right? And it was like I probably wouldn't have thought about going to that, or maybe it's something I would have seen the invite and maybe thought, 7:00, I'm not going. 7:30. I woke up at 5:30 just to get myself together, right? But the takeaway was like, if you attend these different spaces, you might open up your mind to new opportunities that you would have never thought about. So that perspective was different. And I actually felt like I was outside of a box. And I'm never one to be in a box, but it felt good to be in a new space and look at things from a different perspective and be like, ooh, that's an opportunity. Ooh, that's an opportunity. Like my notes were open and I was taking notes of, you know what, if I come to these spaces, the relationships that I'm about to develop is going to be different, right? And then when you say something like, I'm having an event, I need sponsorship, or I need a hookup, or I need somebody, I need to connect with somebody, you're building a whole new network. So I felt outside of the box and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. So I'd say the week was pretty decent.
I like that for you because
Thank
it's really like I don't know what you call it, uh, but it's dope because you got a new space that's putting you in new spaces, that's connecting you in different places, that's
you.
allowing you to really just be wide open to any and every opportunity. And because you've been released from that other place, you have nothing but the freedom to really just vibe and flow in whatever direction you want to go.
Yep.
Like I think that's really like the season you're in right now is just like straight up evolution, freedom,
Oh, I
to
love
the
that.
point where you shouldn't even consider yourself having a box. And I think I was telling it to you earlier, like that grand opening and how you just really put yourself out there for any and everybody to come. Those seeds that you planted are already starting to
Sprout.
sprout up, and you gotta be ready to like lean into that sunlight and let that
Mhm.
thing just blossom and bloom. So welcome to spring for you, Shireen. Way
Ooh,
to
thank
spring yourself
you.
forward. Go ahead.
Honey,
Go
pun
ahead.
intended. Pun intended. I'm a drink to that. Clink,
Oh,
clink. All right, Giovanni, your turn, honey bunny. How's your week been?
it has been really good. Shireen, I feel like, and I don't know if it's all to this, and we can go into like the raw challenge thing.
Okay.
Remember when I did the 3 days on the grape cleanse?
Yeah.
And I told you how focused I was, and I was just knocking a whole bunch of stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, when we met on Monday for our accountability, I was done with like all of my stuff by like that Tuesday on my list. Like I was getting it, I was
Oh,
adding more stuff on it, getting it, doing it. And it was coming to a point where I was doing so much that when I got home, it was just kind of like, I think yesterday, it was just kind of like, do I even need to pull the computer out and do anymore? Because I've just been going, going, going. Let me just kind of take a moment to not even tap into the computer. But I have been so focused and just moving and implementing that it felt really, really good to do it. I felt lively and I felt happy about that. I also returned back to school and I was excited to see my kids. But it just felt good to be together, but it still was just family vibes, I would say.
yeah.
And just good conversations and just realness. And I'm already getting into that teacher phase where it's the last 9 weeks. So some of them I won't say ever see again, but they're getting ready to go to high school. So it's getting to that release season of
Mm-hmm.
having to let them go and doing as much as I can to pour into them, because that is about to be gone. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just been being grateful for them. Is something that I really enjoyed today too. So being grateful for my students, being grateful for being focused and knocking a lot out, and just showing up for myself, I think was how the week went for me so far.
I love that for you, especially because two things, because you came off a spring break and you were working throughout spring break, like you were very productive, right? And then you
Mhm.
took Sunday, I think you took a little bit of Sunday for yourself. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't remember. You took a day on the week.
I didn't even have a full day to myself.
Right, but it probably also helped towards you resetting a bit. and then
Mhm.
you were still able to go hard this week, or like grind it out and get things done. So good for you on that sense. And then you just talked about your students, and even though it's an end for you, every ending is a new beginning, and it's their spring for them as they get ready to go into high school. But I love how you are the stop before they get there, like that last stop, because you are extremely motivating. So it's good that you get to feed into them before they go into this whole other cycle, right? My computer's really
Yes,
hot.
ma'am.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alrighty. And so I will just ask you this, which will be a great segue into our check in on our 3 day. Do you feel that um, being on the raw challenge contributed to your productivity?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Because I was held accountable for something. I was being challenged to do something that I'm not typically doing on a regular day basis. So it was the accountability, it was the challenging myself to stay true to what I said I'm going to do,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not what I normally do. So making those intentional decisions, planning for success, documenting what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and putting other things in place that felt like it matched what I was already doing and how I was showing up for myself. I'm in a different place.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel like it definitely contributed to it. So one of the things that I did, in addition to choosing the raw foods and the meals and planning for it, was I was doing my achievement inventory, journaling in the mornings. I didn't do it right when I woke up, and I know you're going to get into what you say you're planning to get into, but at school, once I got into school, got at my desk, got my students doing what they were doing, I broke my fast with fruit. So it was either cuties at the beginning, and then it went into red seeded grapes. And as I ate my grapes or ate my cuties, I would journal in my achievement inventory journal, and just started jotting down all of the obstacles and challenges that I've overcome, or things that I achieved or accomplished that I was proud of, small, big, whatever it was. And I would do that the entire time. And I would have the phone recording me while I was having that moment. I would also add in some deep breathing. And I was just like, yo, this is so dope. Because I'm mindful of the meal that I'm having. It's a challenge to do it rawfully. Now I'm having a mindful meal. I'm
Moment.
journaling while I'm having the mindful meal. And I'm doing it amongst other girls who would potentially see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm taking the time to journal and go through this evolution of journaling, I
Mm-hmm.
can better explain it to them moving forward. Because I always wanted them to get into journaling. I've created like journal prompts and stuff because I thought it'd be dope for them to connect with themselves. But I've never did it with fidelity and consistency over time,
Mm-hmm.
for myself, let alone for them. And I just think that by me going through it right now and potentially continuing the journey, next year it would be so
Part of.
amazing to see them do that and be a part of our classroom as well, so they could take intentional time to show up for themselves, just to
Mhm.
be aware of themselves, to kind of love on themselves a little bit more and hear their inner voice more than they hear everybody else's.
Mhm. No, I was just going to ask you, were you doing it before Monday, or did you start on
So,
Monday? You.
so the achievement inventory I told you about during the boot camp last week,
Mhm.
and I did it one day last week. I don't know, it was the day after he told me or 2 days after he told me about doing it. I
Mhm.
did my first brain dump. After that, I didn't do it anymore. And then Monday, I said, I knew last week that I wanted to make it my Monday type thing, like doing it on my mornings, not Monday, but my mornings. So
Mhm.
I was just like, oh, if I'm doing this raw and I'm showing up for myself and I'm eating this raw food, I'm gonna also show up and put my raw thoughts and feelings down and start this journaling journey, as well. And so that's what I wanted to do because I was achieving something different by doing raw every day. So
Yeah, but I was going to ask you, so just to break down, and I know it might sound self-explanatory, but just to like break it down for anybody who it might not be explanatory, what is the achievement inventory?
So
Is
the
yeah.
achievement inventory that came to my understanding was where you write down all of the things that you've overcome, all of the obstacles and challenges that you've overcome,
Mhm.
things that you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of,
Yeah.
big, small, or indifference. And the goal is, no matter how long you've made accomplishments and achievements, no matter how old you are, is to just jot them down as they come to mind. And so each day you spend time adding to or reflecting over the accomplishments that you were able to achieve, and or seeing yourself overcome those obstacles and challenges. And what the narrative is to create your own voice that says, I win. And so that way you get to that confidence and that self-esteem boost to know that no matter what you face, you're still a winner and you're going to win because you've won in so many other situations and circumstances before. So I think starting my day off with that makes me a little bit more confident and comfortable with overcoming whatever might happen that day, and just being resilient, knowing that I've been resilient before. I can have an overcoming day.
I like that. Because there's keywords that we can say when we're doing like our affirmations. But you're also, now I understand why you said this was probably something we'll talk about in the second part as well. But the I win part, I think it's the key part of it, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think it's the beautiful part and the powerful part too, because we can allow moments to really take us and knock us out of a loop and get really emotional or really get down, or shift our perspective into an area where we don't have control or as much power, when we just have to pivot a little bit more.
That's cool. That's cool. So we did 3 days raw. How was it?
It was really good. It was good because I didn't have to do it by myself. So I thought that was really, really dope. I planned, and we know what planning means, that you are planning to succeed. And so, I was all excited and sent you a whole bunch of videos on things that I might try.
You did.
And so I did the first one. I tried the coconut wraps for the first time. You joined me on the live for that. I've seen them before. I've seen so many raw content creators create them, but I don't like real coconuts like that. So I was nervous about it, but it actually turned out really, really good. My mom mixed up a good sauce with it. My brother did an awesome job with pickling some vegetables, pickled onions. We had cucumbers that were pickled, which, is technically a pickle.
You guys were spoiled over there.
No, we did a thing. We set it all up. We put things in play. And we made them, and they turned out really, really good. We will run those back. I could also see myself making raw pecan tacos. Taco meat. Tabitha Brown she has a really good raw pecan taco meat mixture nut type thing, and I could really see myself putting that with all the different vegetables inside of the coconut wrap, and maybe doing like a cashew cheese sauce and having like a burrito. Right. You see what I'm saying? So that made me think about what else could I do with the coconut wrap. So it was like inspiring to say, okay, well, this turned out good. We could do this again. We could do this some more. The second night, what was night 2, Shireen? What was night 2? What was the second night?
I slept into night 1, I think.
What was raw day 2? Something was raw
I don't
day 2.
know what day that was. Was that Tuesday? That was Tuesday, right?
That you. It was raw day 2. What was raw day 2, Shireen? What did I have yesterday that was different?
Yesterday was day 3.
Well, the day before. Hold on, let me look. Thank goodness for. Oh, it was the salad. So I tried so I did my salad dressing for the first time. Like, I tried a raw made at home salad dressing. So I just threw like some strawberries, some blueberries, some apple cider vinegar, some grapeseed oil, a whole bunch of seasonings, some honey. And I was just like, put it on there. I let my mama try it, and she was like, you should have seen her face. I'm glad it was off of camera. I was like, okay, well, what does it need? She was like, I don't know what it needs. It hits me in the back of my throat. What is that?
A good thing or a bad thing?
That was a bad thing, the way she was looking. Like, it was nice. So, like, I got like some cuties, and I got like 2 cuties and put in there.
Yeah.
And then I did like some other seasonings, and I let her try it again, and she was like, okay, that's getting somewhere. And then I think the last seasoning that we added was like some everything bagel seasoning or something like that, with like onions and garlic and I don't know, and blended it up. And she tried it. She was like, okay. I guess like over time it gets better. I was like, Mom. And so we made the salad, and then
Mom,
we
how
put the
hungry are
dressing
you?
on it, and she tasted it, and she was like, ooh, it does taste
Good,
good. And
good.
so she added kelp noodles to hers. So she kind of had like a ramen salad. And then I had a regular salad with the pickled onions, the cucumbers, with the black salt,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how I get that egg flavor, because I'm used to having like boiled eggs on my salad.
Mm-hmm.
Carrots. Oh my goodness, Shireen, the sprouted pumpkin seeds. They're like, I'm a sunflower seed girl, but the sprouted pumpkin seeds with sea salt are so good. I let my sixth grader try some today when she came up to get some grapes. And she was like, "But they don't really taste like nothing." Then she ate it again. But yeah, they kind of do taste a little like sunflower
Growing on
seeds.
you.
So
Yeah,
she,
yeah,
so she did, she did like it. And she's always willing to try what I have, which is why I like to do a lot of stuff at my desk to be even more impressionable, for them to see healthier options and being excited and wanting to try certain things, other than just shoving out candy and Takis and other stuff that I used to do. Now that I know what it's doing to them and their bodies, I just kind of want to be different. But those pumpkin sprouted seeds, Shireen, they are so high in nutritional value, and they were so good. I was like, yes. And I had that on there. So the salad dressing was a hit. I took it to work next day. I had 3 people try it, and I was 3 for 3. So it wasn't
How
like
big was your salad?
I mean, it was not the plate. It was a
Okay,
plate.
okay, okay. No, that's because you said you had 3 people try it.
No, they didn't try my salad. They just tried my salad dressing. Like I let them try the salad dressing. Yeah, I let them try the salad dressing. I was like, oh, that's good, and it's creamy. Ooh, right. I was like, maybe the refrigerator settle. I don't know if I can ever make it again, but I was happy that turned out really well. And then yesterday, I had the veggie stir no fry, with the kelp noodles, and I tried that one, and it actually turned out pretty good. I was nervous about it, but it actually turned out pretty good.
Okay. So
that one today.
A good 3 days, and you're still going. You said because you still have some leftover food, right?
Yeah, still was raw today. I still got apples.
All day you were raw today.
I was raw today too. I still had apples, and I ate the stir no fry today. When I got home, I brought it for lunch, but with the grapes and the apples, and I did a better job of drinking my water. I didn't get to the stir no fry while I was at work, so I ate it when I got home.
Damn,
which is the same thing I did with my salad yesterday. So
yeah. Okay. So it was a good 3 days, and now 4 days. And how long more do you think you'll keep going?
I really don't know. And you know why? It's because I felt so good about my productivity this week and what I've been doing. I don't necessarily want to stop as of yet, because I don't know if that's going to change how I focus. Because you know how sometimes they say with raw foods, your focus, the clarity, like you were really clear on what you're doing and getting it done. I didn't feel any mental blocks. I didn't feel like, oh, I just want to go to sleep. Oh, I just want to not do this. I don't want to do that. Like I actually had to tell myself, you could probably use a break. Like you've been doing a lot. You should probably, like, I felt like I was listening to myself and being more mindful of myself, because I was more aware of what I was doing and my decision making and how it was a higher level of thinking for me, because it was challenging. I think I'm going to keep going until I don't keep going. So I'm going to keep taking it one day at a time.
Okay. Sounds good.
But it was very much so creative. I tapped in some raw groups and asked people for like their favorite recipes, so I can continue to keep the creativity going, and keep trying different things, because I think that's the whole journey for me with healthy habits and lifestyle changes, is trying different things and just making a choice to be open-minded to embracing different things that, eventually, hopefully make me feel good about what I'm putting into my body, as well as tasting good and being a good food experience, because I'm a foodie.
No, I like that. I like that for you.
Tell me about your 3 days, since you've been so suspenseful. We didn't see any shorts or anything out there.
Well, I made videos, and so they were over a minute. So that's why there was no shorts. I'll combine I think they're all over. My last video I did today, because some of them I just did the next day. I had stuff going on the weekend, as you know. So I didn't read or didn't get a chance to look at the stuff that you sent me. But ironically,
The prep videos.
yeah, you know what? I couldn't. I had life going on. I had an emergency on Sunday. It was not
You
a priority.
definitely did.
Yeah, it
And
was
that's
not a
after
priority.
us, after we met.
Yeah, it wasn't a priority to look at those videos.
And then it
Right?
was snowing. Didn't it snow outside?
One
Or
day we
hail?
went through hail, snow, sun, rain, cloudy, like nuts. And now there's snow out there. Like, stop it, Mother Nature, stop. But the because my friend had set me up with a bag of food on Sunday night, she had even made like lasagna for my household. So that was great for the family to eat, but like I didn't care about that. But she also sent me home with a bag of fruits, just like a random bag of like apples, tangerines or clemens, or you call them cuties, and a bag of grapes, dark grapes as well, like really, really dark grapes. They were delicious. I did really well on Monday, really well. And then what did I have during the day? I showed in my video, you'll see the bag fruits before I left Monday. What did I do? And then I think I had salads throughout the day.
On Monday or Tuesday?
I actually had salads every day.
Okay.
Every
Were
day.
they good salad? Did
It
you
was
make the dressing?
no.
Okay.
Monday night I left here late and I went home and my mind was saying, "You want something else, girl. You want something else, girl." And I caved and I had something else. So I caved and I was like, "Girl, why would you do that? You went the whole day."
Monday?
Yeah, that was yeah,
The
day
day where Cynthia was saying, Shireen, it's only 3 days. You said you wanted this. I'm drinking this smoothie.
Giovanni, this is my story. Can you just listen, please? I'm gonna need you to just listen with your ears and not with your mouth.
Listening. Listening.
Tap into your listen skills.
Listening. Go ahead.
So then on Tuesday, I was like, I can't drop this video because Giovanni gonna kill me. So on Tuesday now, I was like, okay, I had some other stuff. So I popped into the dollar store and I bought myself because we don't keep nuts in our household. We can't. We have an allergy. We have an anaphylactic allergy, so we do not keep any of those products. And I'm not accustomed to eating them as an adult because I can't have them around. So if I buy anything, I have to go out of my way, and it's like a craving or something. It's so rare. So I went to the store and I was like, I'm gonna get me some stuff. So and I'm gonna bring it to the studio. But still, I need to be careful because I don't know who has allergies and stuff like that. So I'm very, very conscious about those things. And I just had an experience. So even more so for me not to buy it. But I did buy, I stocked up on some, and I took video of this as well, dates and pumpkin seeds and not sesame seeds, which I usually get sesame seeds, but I said pumpkin seeds. And what was the one that you said you buy?
I got the pumpkin seeds. I tried sprouted
No,
pumpkin seeds for the
no,
first
no,
time.
no.
Sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds. I got sunflower seeds. And I got dry mango, which I love. And I thought, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get a lot of dry mango because that shit is good. It's healthy. What?
I got mango too, but I didn't eat it. I hope it's still good. But I did buy mango too. But I wasn't gonna say anything because it's your story. I'm listening.
As she said something.
I know because you said what?
anyhow. So it was cool. And I had that for my joy. I had the fruit all day. I had that, and I finished the day with a salad. Cool. We good. Wednesday, which was yesterday, I did not for some reason have fruit. and came up in the studio and I had those damn dates and the damn pumpkin, no, the pumpkin seeds and the mango. And I like the mango. And actually, I cut back. Did I cut back on the mango? Because what I didn't realize is when I bought the mango actually had sugar on it, right? Which I wasn't expecting when I picked it up. So I think I tapped into that after I ate so much of it yesterday, because we had a photo shoot. So I remember having it and then looking at the back going, does this have sugar on it? And it did. So that was my bad for not acknowledging that. I had water and peppermint tea the entire time. Like that was the only two things I drank. No milk, no sugar, none of that stuff. And I'm at the point where I'm not even putting sugar in my coffee or anything like that. I just drink it with so my drink was water and peppermint tea. Dinner now, I had a salad. I had two salads because I bought a salad. I bought a small salad. It was cool. I think the night before I bought a salad and made sure it didn't have no meat or anything on it. But yesterday I was like, I'm not liking this raw. I'm not enjoying this. I don't like these restrictions. I bought a salad. Drink your tea. Drink your tea. I bought a salad, and my salad was a quinoa salad that had, I think, kale and spinach in it. And it was delicious. It had avocado, quinoa, everything. And what, right? Drop that footage, Shereen. Crystal, back it up. Back it up during my story, Crystal. Man. And that salad had some chicken breast on it. It was good. And that was the face that I knew was coming. And I'm like, I can't tell Giovanni none of this. I can't tell Giovanni none of this. I'm not dropping none of this until, and even in my videos, I was like, so listen, I had this, but you can't tell Giovanni. Giovanni can't watch this before we go live on Thursday. But at one point, even my son said to me, why are you always going on these challenges? Why don't you just do something consistently? And I will tell you, I think why I didn't enjoy it because there was the restriction, there was the lack of planning, but I was able to grab salads, um, and the seeds and things like that helped, but I wasn't enjoying it. Yes, I did, Crystal, and did, as Giovanni likes to say, and did. um, but because the challenge made me very conscious of what I was eating, I wanted something healthy. And I think I've only had quinoa like maybe two, three times in my life. And that shit was bumping. Like that thing was bussing. It was so good. And I'm like, this is probably the best quinoa I've had. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure, I think you cook quinoa to a degree. I don't know because I've never made it. You cook it, right? Lightly or some shit like that. It was
I
light.
throw it in the rice cooker.
Oh, you throw it in the rice cooker? Okay. I don't know. I think you cook it like it's a quick thing to make or something. I don't know. It was light. It was delightful. It was tasty. The avocado was bumping. Every bite was delicious. Um, so I ate healthier, but I was not enjoying the raw. And I felt lighter. My body felt lighter. And every day, my body readjusted itself. That's my way of saying it. Very well because I think it was all the seeds and everything like that. So things I would take away and incorporate is the seeds. I had almonds the second day as well. But like I said, I can't buy those things. Um, I was even like eating some and then a hand sanitizer because I had to be careful. Especially I don't like to touch things. I'm very, very careful of those things. So things like the seeds, I would take away the dates, things like that. But after a while, I was like, this dates is like cutting up my tongue. I don't know what it is. So I appreciated the healthier decisions. Like I just, in that sense, I appreciated feeling lighter. And day one, when I did indulge in something, it was small. I felt it on my stomach after. And I'm like, I felt it. And I'm like, if I didn't have that, I would have been just fine because I was fine. And I think it was more mind over matter kind of thing, right? Like I didn't really need something. I wasn't really hungry. Um, and yesterday there was a little bit of stress that I had going on, but that's it. These are my confessions.
So I'm glad that you felt a difference and
Mm-hmm.
you were able to. I got two things.
Go on with it.
One, you're the one who wanted to do this in the first place. And now you're sitting here like, this was too restrictive. It was so hard. It was all this. You're the one who put this out there. So
Never again.
let's set the record that Giovanni, the Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach,
No,
did
no,
not
no,
put
no, no,
Shireen
no.
into a 3-day raw. Shireen brought it to Giovanni. That's
Mhm.
number one.
I did, and
Okay.
did,
And I'm
and
proud of you
didn't
for
want to
that
do
because
it
you were really
anymore.
inspired. You were really inspired about
Yeah.
it. You felt like your body was talking to you, and I felt like you listened to your body.
I did.
And your body responded day one. And then as soon as you put something else in it that wasn't what you said you were gravitating more towards, it let you know, and you were able to hear that. So I love that because that was still you being mindful of your eating and aware of what it was and your decisions. And then you still had it in moderation. You didn't just say, oh, well, I did this. I'm going to just keep eating it and go back to my own way. So I definitely want to make sure I tell you how much I appreciate you in regards to that. So I am happy for you. I figured something was up when all of a sudden you wanted to get suspenseful with me and not just with our audience who showed up, because I thought we were doing this together. So I actually thought we were holding each other accountable and somewhat accountability partners. So that's why you said that we should put out a video every day and journal it by doing the quick video. I think you did. And if I'm not quite sure, we can just go back and
Lord.
like a crystal. Go back.
Stay away from those salt and vinegar chips. I didn't eat no chips, girl.
No, I think she's gonna get some because she said she was
gonna
do it. I think she did it
That's
too.
what I'm saying. Stay away.
And, that's one. Two, when you said it felt very restrictive, I thought you told me plenty of times that you and your family have explored different lifestyle changes when it's come with foods over time. What was the thing that you felt that you've done? What was the more intense challenge for you, and how long did you let that lifestyle go? Because I know like y'all have been plant-based, different things. I don't know if maybe it was just vegetarian. I don't know if it was vegan. Like, what was the lifestyle that you chose, and how long did you
go for? Yeah. And it's when the family and I did it, we've done it at different times.
Yeah, I know you told me. That's why I thought that was dope. Like y'all didn't even do it all at the same time.
No, I was first like, oh, you know what? I don't want to do. Actually, I started with vegan because I wanted to try it because, I'd hear a lot about it and I wanted to see if it would make a difference in my body. And I tried it for 3 months. And I said,
come on, 90 days. Go, Sheree.
Yeah, I did it for 3 months.
3 months, not 3 days.
No, because it wasn't restrictive. I was able to cook. I was still able to be creative. Vegan for me was very easy because it's just no meat, and I'm still seasoning everything as if I had meat. So it was actually extremely easy. To me, it's the taste. It always comes down to seasoning.
Taste,
texture. Yeah, I'm okay with textures. So I don't have a texture thing doesn't really bother me.
Do.
Yeah, so but I like different textures, right? Yeah, but vegan was actually very easy. Probably the hardest thing with vegan would have been, and not at this time, is like cheese, right? I don't eat a lot of cheese, but cheese goes in so many things. You can buy a salad and it has great.
So when you did it for those 3 months, not 3 days, for those 3 months,
I didn't have no cheese. No.
And how did your body feel?
Great, but understand I've been allergic to dairy for like half my life. And as I'm getting older, but this was whatever age, but not eating dairy is not a big thing to me because I was allergic
to it. But you've had meat before and you'd be like, Giovanni, I had this goat, or Giovanni, I had so and so, and it really made me feel. That's why I'm just asking, like, those 3 months, how did your body feel when you did it for the 2?
It felt great. And then I had the smallest piece of meat on Christmas Day. That's how I broke it. And I went really small. I had one piece, and I think it was like curry goat or something. That killed, right? My body just like was like, what the heck is going on here? The next day, the next couple of days. And what I really wanted to test was my menstrual cycle, because when I wasn't consuming meat, it was very light, right? It was extremely, I can't remember if I was running at that time. I think I might have been running as well. I used to do like 5Ks every like 3 days in a week, um, in the morning. But when I had that little piece of goat, it really hurt. And then my cycle was really light before it. And the month after I had the meat, my cycle was heavy, and it was littlest piece. So I know that meat tears me up, like from a cycle standpoint. And I'm talking red meat, because I don't even right now, I don't consume a lot of red meat, but I can tell the difference in my menstrual cycle. And I'll be like, wait, I had a lot of red meat. So I can tell that part. And right after that vegan period of 3 months, I went vegetarian for like 2 years.
Mm.
Right. So I didn't see the need to bring meat back into my body. And I went vegetarian for 2 years. And
How did your periods go with the
vegetarian.
vegetarian?
I think they were still a little lighter. I mean, at that point, I'm still consuming a bit of dairy, so that my body,
When you say dairy, you're talking eggs, or you're talking eggs and cheese? Because some people.
eggs, cheese, and milk, right?
Okay.
And I don't consume a lot of ice cream, but like even to today, ice cream will tear me up within a couple of days, right? Or like, yeah, if it's not the next day, it's like 2 days. Within 2 days, ice cream will tear me up. Within a day, ice cream will tear me up. Milk, I cannot even have a bowl of cereal. If I have a bowl of cereal, the next day I am not in a good position. And it's like, have you ever had food poisoning?
I'm gonna say no, because when I thought I was, a cyst was erupting,
Okay.
and
Oh,
I thought
yes.
it was food poisoning, and it was definitely not the first time I thought it was. So no, I've never had food poisoning.
So food poisoning for me, it's like I know when I have had food poisoning or something wasn't good that I ate, like I'll even call that food poisoning. My body goes into sweats, my feet hurt,
Mm.
my tummy hurts, but like the pain that I get in my feet, my legs, my tummy feels like it doesn't know what to do with itself. And then it's coming from the top and the bottom because it just is trying to get it out. Yeah, it is almost like it goes into shock, and I get all sweaty, and it is not a comfortable feeling at all. So milk gets me to a lighter version of that, but like ice cream or like I can't have a bowl of cereal because it will be like that. Yeah, and sometimes I've had in like I think I just recently like September, October, meat has done that to me. So I know that I should like eventually go back to vegetarian. Um, but yeah, this week it was more like I can really bring quinoa in, or I can bring more seeds in. Or, when my daughter was here, she made me smoothies every day. I don't do that like it doesn't happen anymore. I bought the stuff, but I'm used to somebody making it for me and just being like, here. So,
Oh, that spoiled word you were saying earlier, when you had people in the household that just everyone supported and used this
I
whole
can
group
admit
mixing.
confidently with my chest spoiled. Yes, I can be very spoiled and happy with it. Yes.
Understood. So you don't think Blue can make your smoothies for you?
Nah, and no, he's not making
Yeah,
smoothies
just
himself.
ask.
Yeah, no, no. I think that if I really want it, I
If you
got.
wanted to, you would.
Mm-hmm. I
I
got.
got you.
Yeah.
I like that, Shireen, and I really appreciated you taking me through that journey of what it looked like when you did 30 days plant based, and then
Mm.
you did 2 years vegetarian. And I
Yeah, I think
think
it was two and a
people
half.
don't understand, not just because you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I said I think it was 2.5 years, but yeah, sorry.
My bad. Let me put that
No,
half
no,
on
no. I didn't
next
say it
on
out.
your journey, baby. So
Mhm.
2.5 years. I like that you hit on that you still consume dairy. or dairy products and eggs, because a lot of times people don't realize that that too
Mm-hmm.
still plays a part in your cycle, in how your body responds. And I think once people take the dairy out, take the eggs out, they will potentially see change over time. And I like that you made that note, because I say it because I've experienced it, but I haven't done it for 2.5 years. It's only been a year, probably like a year and almost 2 months that I've been on the plant-based to even know that. And before that, I think I had eggs and salmon was the last thing that I took out. And I could still see a different period experience from the fish and from the eggs. But plant-based, like, it's been consistent. It hasn't been painful. It hasn't, like, I could tell the difference. And I used to think people were lying. Like, get on there, but no, I went raw or I went plant-based and my period is so. And I'd be like, just try it and see. And once you try it and you see it and know it works, for me, it was like, I'm gonna keep doing it because I don't want to be in pain. I don't want it, like, I'm not, because I've had the food. I was telling my friend earlier, like, I was like, I can still remember what a Zaxby's chicken tender tastes like in the Zax sauce or on a salad. Like, I remember what it tastes like to go to KFC. Like, I can recall all of those food experiences because I've enjoyed it. I've had it. But there's nothing that says, oh, I got to go back and get it right now, especially when I know how it's going to make my body feel or could potentially cause issues inside of my body. And I can't see inside of my body, but I can see what I'm about to put in my mouth. And so I'd rather take my power and choose the things that I know I'm going to consume to eat, in hopes that my body is appreciating it and using it for my well-being, instead of something that's going to cause more of an issue. And then I got to go back and see something and make different decisions. So it's just allowing me to be more intentional with my journey. It's not easy though. Like, no one goes around and say, oh, I'm plant-based, I love it, you should do it. Anybody can do it, because it is hard. Like you said, it's mind over matter. It's all a simple decision though. Every single day it's a decision. What I want to eat. Do I want to eat it or do I not want to eat it? What's going to make me feel better? What am I going to enjoy? Because who wants to eat stuff that they don't like? Like, who's going to want to eat something that they don't like? And I'm a foodie. I'm going to want good food experiences. I'm going to be excited about my food.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, you shouldn't have to eat stuff that you don't like.
No, you're absolutely right. But I actually, eggs is not something I can consume on a regular basis. And I
could.
So eggs was one of my culprits of my allergy, right? So I've been allergic to eggs. Growing up, my mom would mix things with banana to as a alternative to eggs. So everybody else would get egg pancakes, I would get banana pancakes, right? So I'm accustomed not eating eggs, and I don't consume a lot of eggs because I cannot. There's something about it, my body doesn't really agree with it. I don't get reactions anymore. But I don't actually like too much of it. So I will, like, I had some Thai food today and I always put no egg. No egg, no egg. If we order like fried rice or anything, there's always no egg. I cannot. I don't like the way it smells. I don't. So, and I used to make quiches, like little in the mini muffin pans, because it was great protein when you're like, when I was working out hardcore.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah,
it was and it's peppers, onions, sausage at the bottom.
Well, I don't eat. I never eat. I have not ate pork since I was an adult. Yeah,
I did.
no. So pork is not has not been a part of my diet as an adult, or even as a teenager to an adult. I'll do chicken bacon and turkey bacon, but pork is not a part of my diet. But eggs is something that I am not.
I could do eggs any kind of way, Shireen. Boiled eggs, fried eggs, scrambled eggs, egg sandwich, egg in my salad, egg in my rice.
Oh my goodness.
Egg over egg by itself.
Green
I'm trying to tell you. And then, like, Wonder Egg has this vegan, minimally processed plant-based egg. That's good. I go with those eggs. I had those on the egg sandwich. But as I'm continuing on my journey, I'm reducing the amount of processed foods I consume, especially now that I know what it could do to, like, my hormone levels.
Yep.
can cause other things to happen. So
Yeah.
like I said, like each step, that's why I said it's my healing, my journey. Like everyone's
Yeah.
is going to look different. I'm not telling anyone that they should go the journey that I'm going, and you're going to have the same experience, because the body is complex. But what I am saying is be open-minded enough to try something and show up for yourself through the time period that you say you're going to try something, and do it all the way through and see what your body says. Because your body's going to talk to you, because you're more aware of what it's going to say, because you're intentionally doing something for your body. And you felt that the first day. You know what I'm saying? And just because you didn't do 3 days raw, you done did 2.5 vegetarian, and you did 30 days plant-based to even already know what your body is going to like, you know, regardless if that's what you live every single day. You know, though, you're aware. Not many people know that.
Yeah, it was more the raw, right? And you're right. Like vegetarian, cook, give it to me. Vegan, cook, give it to me. But the raw part,
different. It's a totally different. Even when I was eating the broccoli yesterday and today, I'm like, I don't really sit around here and eat raw broccoli.
When you say raw, that's what I think. I would think broccoli, and my friend was like, "Oh, you can get some broccoli and some carrots," and I was like, "Who the hell wants broccoli and carrots?" Or we got.
If I didn't have ranch dressing, I used to only eat time I ate raw broccoli was if I had some good ranch dressing.
For me, saute that bitch with some mushrooms and
roast that thing in the air fryer.
Let's go roast that in. Listen, give me some roast in that quinoa salad. Had roasted sweet potato.
Nothing raw.
Raw. That salad was delicious.
But it was good though, because if you wasn't on the raw journey, you wouldn't have even tried.
I wouldn't have even tried it. I wouldn't.
There you go.
I was legit looking. I was in the studio and I was looking for something healthy, and I was like, "Nah, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it." And then I'm like, "All right, I've never had this before, girl." I was, you know how quinoa is small, every little bit. I was like, "This is some good salad." So
Cynthia's not for the quinoa. I had quinoa on a kale apple sweet potato salad. Like that was really good. I put kale on a salad like that. I mean quinoa on a salad like that. And I've had the quinoa with like sauteed mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, and like a little gravy type thing. But I'm not someone who would ever say, "Yeah, quinoa me." That ain't me.
But now I am.
I'm not.
And you know, I have a couple of family members who have went vegetarian, and you were just saying like, well, you said it a little earlier, but one of my cousins, one of my family members said to me, I was like, "Why'd you go vegetarian?" Right? Like plant-based, right? Forget all these names. Why'd you go plant-based? And he's like, "Why not? I've ate meat all my life. I could change it up. It's time for me to change it up." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." But it made so much sense. Like been so and even from a health perspective, um another family member was like, it's one, there's so much junk that's being put into it, and I don't want that in my body, but I also function better. So, you know, I envision that later on in life I'll get there. I'm not there yet anymore, but for me it's all about taste.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, to Crystal look like it's all about the look for her.
I don't like the quinoa. I don't like the look. Oh, yeah. You know, to me, I thought it was going to be really. I don't know what it was with the one I had yesterday. It was light, very. It was not grainy. It was like. Didn't you have quinoa the last time we did a thing?
Yeah, we did the fiber one. My mom likes to add coconut milk to it after she makes it. Yeah, and it definitely doesn't look appealing, but I can eat it. It tastes good, but it's not something I'll say. Like I'm a Southern girl. Like I used to have rice with every dinner or meal, like white rice with something. And now I know all of the things about, white rice and what it does to the body, and ain't nothing nutritionally rich about it, or good for your body with it when it comes to the white rice. So I don't go with it anymore. But I think that's just what our go-to is white rice. But I want to be able to prepare wild rice better.
I was just going to ask you that.
Because I tried it, but sure, I tried it in the crock pot, and it got
no. I think you need to
with
cook
everything
it.
that was in the crock pot when I did that. It was like, so that didn't really turn out as good. I mean, it was flavorful. It was nice and soft. I tried it in the rice cooker, but in the rice cooker, it still came out kind of, kind of still on the crunchier side, not as soft as like what
True.
you want to be. It didn't taste nothing like what I had at our Empire Plates, Empire Lives
Yeah.
networking dinner at the podcast
Yeah,
summit.
that
It did
was
not taste
delicious.
like Chef Mo's at all. So
Yeah.
you really got to know what you're doing with that that wild rice.
And I think I have one mixture that I got that was like it has a bit of parboiled rice and wild rice. Um oh, it has a bit of that, but I think that's a good way to kind of transition into it, right?
Mhm. I think so
Um
too.
before you go hardcore wild rice. But
Agreed.
it is something I would like to try more in my diet as well.
If I would go back to it. But I think I like it. I'm with your family member. If you ate that way your whole entire life, you're not really missing out on anything. Because like I just said, I can recall all different types of meals I've had with meat. I used to love fatback as a kid. Again, that was pork.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay. Like even when I see it, I'm like, oh my God, I just really want, ooh, if I could just get a piece of your chicken. Like, yeah, like that's not me. Just like, okay, cool. And I don't like judge people for that.
Yeah,
And
no,
I don't want people to judge me based on the
I
decisions
agree.
of, what I choose to eat. It's not that I think I'm better. It's just I want to feel better after
Mm-hmm.
I eat. I want to still feel good. I want to be mindful and conscious of what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm aware of what was going on in my body when I didn't know stuff was going on in my body. So uh, I think it's just how I show how I love myself, and I think
Well,
that's the big thing that boils down to it. And because it was such a good thing, Sharina, I don't want to stop it. I don't want to stop it just quite yet. I've been asking people about raw, and they want to do a raw April. And I think that's really good because the more people that you kind of have on that journey, it kind of allows you to be creative. It kind of allows you to still be empowered,
mm-hmm.
because you're not alone. But when you're trying to do a lot of things by yourself, sometimes you feel isolated. And if
Yeah,
you haven't, if you're not tapping into people who've kind of navigated through some of that before, you kind of start to feel lost, and that's not necessarily fun. And that's why community is so important. And when you do it, so I think I'm
and
gonna keep it going, and I want to keep doing my achievement inventory, Shireen. So
no, I
I
like.
want to keep doing that.
I think I'll pick up your like that the wins within the journal, but and I was saying it like what areas of your life needs most attention, your attention most kind of thing, and it could be some of the takeaways that you're learning from this week, and as you're saying you're going to keep it going, but I think you might have also hit it with doing it with a community.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's what you want your answer to be, but that could be one of the things is adding the community element to it. The crazy part of it is in February I was thinking, can I go raw all of March?
You can do anything you want to put your mind to.
True.
You just have a lot of different changes going on right now.
Yeah.
And you just have to really sit down and wrap your mind around embracing it and not thinking about all the things that you have to replace, because we live a life of convenience, and it's so easy to conveniently get this and get that. And when you are being conscious of what it is that you're consuming, all the way down to making sure there's no sugar in something, it's
Mhm.
so hard in our culture these days to find stuff that's basic without you having to just make it. And then now
Yeah.
you have to make time to prepare what it is that you're planning to eat and then take it with you. And I think that's the cheat code, is that if you want to be successful, you have to prep, you have to plan, and you have to take it with you.
Mhm.
So when you do reach that point of where you want to make a typical decision, you already got something else. I already
Yeah.
paid all this money for this. Let me just eat what I got and keep it
Or
moving.
it's already here. Like the best one
Hmm.
was my friend giving me those bag of fruits. I was
All
like,
those fruit.
grabbed all of them, grab and had them in my bag in my pockets. So if I'm in the car, because I find like I'm spending a lot of time in the car, I could just munch this apple and throw out the core.
And you was
So
eating that apple on Monday, even on the
yeah.
call. You was
Mhm.
chomping on it. So
Yeah, I picked up that apple and I was like, well, why you look like you rotten? Okay.
so I'm gonna do it. That's how I'm gonna do. I want to keep. What I want to do is I want to keep showing up on how I love myself,
I
and
love
that takes that takes me being intentional with spending time with myself. So
Mm-hmm.
I was loving, even if I'm in a classroom with kids, I still was making that time to just think about myself, what I appreciate. And did I tell you I did a gratitude journal at night?
Um,
I wrote down 3 things that I was grateful for every night,
okay.
and it kind of had a certain theme
Okay.
to it. And so one theme I was talking about, I was grateful of my courage. That courage was a theme for 3 things. Another one was I was grateful for my students, and it was the 3 different things that I really appreciated about being able to show up for them. So it was like different themes that I had when I was doing my gratitude journal, and what things I was grateful for. Yeah. Um, at night. And I want to keep doing that. So I want to keep making specific time to show up just for myself, to hear my voice and to express what I've accomplished or achieved, what I'm grateful for. And even just doing deep breathing and noticing where I'm holding tension in my body. So that is what I want to do moving forward. And even taking it up a notch with I really want to do the dry brushing. That was something that I put on my list for a goal for this month, is to start the dry brushing to really help with the lymphatic system. And so dry brushing was one thing. And I know we talked about oil pulling. So I'm definitely down, if you're down, to be consistent with that, to do that. Because I could be swishing with the oil pulling while I'm brushing.
Yeah. For me, it's introducing it. So if I was to look at what I want to move forward with, first, like I like the idea of introducing. I said this already, the seeds and things like that. But how you just mentioned your gratitude in the evening, in our coaching call with like Donnie, we have an alarm at 8:30, and that's when we say our gratitude. And I actually had it on my other phone, so I know that I actually need to reset that on this phone. Um, that at 8:30, that's where we stop and we drop our gratitudes. And from the journaling, it's something I was doing before, um, but I need to bring that back. And this morning, I actually have my affirmations on my phone. As you know, it was something that we did within the coaching group as well. And I hadn't played that for myself in a very long time. And I actually have all my post-its that are what is actually the recording on my mirror in my bedroom. And so in the morning, I would get up and I would read through it. The recording is a bit more extended because I've given other things. And I listened to that today at least 3, maybe 5 times. I did 3 times as I was driving to the studio, or going to the breakfast. And then after that, I listened to it again. And it felt great to hear my voice feed back into me, right? So when I was listening to it, I was like, wait a minute, how come I fell off from this? Because the energy that I put into it and how I sound, it's such a high frequency energy. So to continue that and put that back into me, I'm not looking for that from outside of myself. It's me giving it to me, right? And reaffirming to myself the things that I want to accomplish, and speaking the future achievements in the presence with the energy of excitement, right? And so it's like when we say manifesting, the manifestation is not just, I paid my studio rent this month based on bookings. It's like, I am so grateful that I had more than enough and in abundance of revenue to pay my studio rent with ease, right? And it's the volumes, and it's that that excitement is really what's manifesting it to me. So when I was listening to that today, I was like, listen, this has to come back, because I don't know at what point I got so busy that I forgot to hit play a couple of times to feed back into myself. But some of the things you mentioned as well will be reintroduced into the regime.
I
Mm-hmm.
like that. I think I'm gonna set my timer, because that is something that
Mm-hmm.
incorporate in my coaching program.
Mm-hmm.
And that they've seen be very beneficial for them to have that set time when it goes off to drop everything and just focus on them, like make them the center point of it all, do their deep breathing, say their affirmations, just reflect on what their goals are, how close they are to their goals. I think it's really, really powerful. I think I'm going to keep showing up for the achievement inventory journaling as a part of my
Mm-hmm.
morning. And then in the evening, still keep going with my gratitude and probably my mindfulness journal. I need to pick that back up. And then in April, set that timer. Now, as I continue
Well,
to
I was
navigate
just gonna
this
say,
now,
why not do it right
not
now?
yeah, April, set the timer because I'm still getting into that mode of setting the foundation. I need to start seeing how my days align or when I'm able to like where's the theme of when I'm really centering in and grounded, where there's not a meeting going on or where I'm not in the car rushing to work or, like what time is the best time of my day to just say, this is when I'm showing up. This is the best time for me to just say every single day, this time I'm good to go. Because I
Okay.
got a time set,
Mm-hmm.
but the time that I had set when I did this last year, it doesn't work now this year.
So I was gonna say, keep it simple, sis, and just set it. Because even no matter what we're doing on Tuesday night, when we're in the live, we hear the different time. Well, actually, we usually hear Donnie's timer go off, or I would hear my timer go off, and we stop everything.
But is everybody at 8:30?
Everybody's at 8:30.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to make sure that whatever time out the day for me, I'm able to really just show up for me and not have Miss Ford, I need this, Miss Ford, I need that, or I'm in a PLC for work or whatever the case may be. And
Yeah.
I'll be like, excuse me, this is my time. Like, I don't want to have to like block and have to keep
Oh,
setting
that's
around.
exactly what we do. But it's in the evening. It's in the evening.
Exactly. So I'm trying to see, would the mornings work best for me? Will the evening work for me? Like, is there a time in the middle of the day that works? So I'm just trying to gauge.
Yeah,
On
I'll
where
set mine right now because honestly, I for me, we already do it on at 8:30. I don't
see,
mind.
y'all already got a set thing on
Yeah,
what you're doing when you do
and
it.
to
Yeah, that
me,
makes sense.
I can say to somebody for 2 minutes, can you hold on for a second? It's kind of like when Dave says, give me a second, and he steps away and he does his prayer, or but based off of whatever. For me, 8:30 is cool because it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I just say to someone, excuse me for 1 minute. And if I'm on a call, I just cover that on so you don't see me. And I just take a minute to jot it down. Right. But that's what will work for me. Right.
Right.
So,
So that's why I'm gonna figure
I'm
it
gonna
out.
say, yeah, without, I'm gonna say to you, because you know what, keep it simple, sis. Right. Without overthinking it. Sometimes if you just try it out, then be like, you know what? 9 p.m. was good this day and this day, but I had a podcast recording, so it wasn't the
Yeah,
best.
that's doesn't go. Normally, I haven't gone that late. It's only one that I had that late, but I'm thinking
Oh, I'm just making it up.
10 might be the time
Mhm.
for me in the evening.
Mhm.
That I might do. That might be the time I set in my phone as my alarm.
Yeah,
That makes
I
sense.
just set mine. I just set mine for 8:30 Eastern Standard Time because if I'm doing it on Tuesday at 8:30, let me just do it. And I think I had it in my other phone, not this
So
one.
we're gonna check in on this next week.
Sure.
See what we're doing. See how we're doing. Are you planning to incorporate more
See.
plant-based meals into your
Um.
daily routine,
Yeah.
knowing that it made you feel a little bit better, not raw, but just more plant-based meals, and just kind of start seeing how your body's feeling and adjusting to that? Or are you just going to focus on the affirmations? What are you planning to
Okay.
really get into?
Yeah. For me, the
And then
journaling.
we'll
The
wrap this up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're well over our time that we typically do. But the journaling for me is key. It's something I've been doing since I was really young, but it comes and goes. So I feel like that needs to come back.
Okay.
I love the reflection of my thoughts. Um, just so much comes from that. Even creativity comes from that, right? So the journaling needs to come back, listening to my affirmations, but even expanding them a bit when it comes to the studio, because that was not even in there. Um, and yeah, the healthier pieces like the seeds, um, And sure, more plant-based because I was fine throughout the day, but like my dinner meal, at least one good meal with something cooked, I felt would have made me feel more satisfied. And so I feel like just changing how I eat, I didn't crave anything bad. And even when I did have something, I didn't really need it. That was just my mind saying, have something.
I
Right.
got you.
So yeah, it's just something healthier. And I finally got back to like really consuming a lot of water. And I think I need to,
That was what I needed to work better on is
yeah,
continuing with more water.
yeah. And I think that made a huge difference. I actually was putting the castor oil back on my face again, and I noticed that was in the nighttime. And I put it back in my belly button again. So it's those little things that if I can get accustomed to
Just
um,
doing it.
just doing it, yeah, just doing it. I want to introduce um, oil pulling. I'm not going to be 3 days. I'm just going to try to introduce it to um, a part of the routine in the evening. As I'm brushing my teeth for the night, just introduce it um, and see how that feels before I put it down as a rule. Yeah.
I got you. That
Mhm.
sounds good.
Yeah, that's it, boo. That's it.
Well, check us out then.
For real, for real. All right. Well, oh,
So y'all, while Shireen is getting her shuffle on, we
mm,
really appreciate y'all for coming back and tapping in on another Herbal Tea Thursday.
absolutely.
If you want and are interested, because we just did a raw challenge, a plant-based alternative guide, that link is in the description of this video. It's absolutely free. It's also Endometriosis Awareness Month. So if you are someone who has experienced issues with endometriosis or polycystic ovary syndrome, there's also a free guide in the description of this video as well, just to kind of support you with your healing and just raise your wellness vibrations, because that's why we're both here right now, is because we do value wellness. We have experiences, various experiences that we have explored with wellness, and we just want to be visible and vocal and helpful. Shireen has products on her website that also support lifestyle changes
Mhm.
and lifestyles as well. So y'all just tap in. We're here every day just to give you a little bit of our personal side, but most importantly, we're business owners, we're podcast hosts, and we just hope that you get some type of value out of our vibrations that we share every Thursday here together on our Wellness Live series.
For real,
You
for real.
got it?
Yippers. So, you know how this goes. It's always on time. And
Okay.
this one starts with you. And it says,
Oh,
yeah, it's always on time, right?
yeah.
Put yourself on your to do list, if only for 5 minutes. So,
Oh, that was what the last 20 minutes was about. Us trying to figure out the time, putting on the time and showing up for us. I
yeah, put yourself on your. So,
like it.
if you can take away something different to try to incorporate, and you don't have to have it tied to rules, but something that you can try that will um, better your life and give yourself more attention. These literally go hand in hand. So if you can literally take away something, is it introducing more fruits, more vegetables, more water, oil pulling, castor oil on the face and the belly, but whatever it
Time to
is,
be still so
time,
you can hear yourself.
yeah, journaling or
Mhm.
affirmations, like put yourself on your to-do list, because this will improve here,
Mhm.
and here will improve everything else.
Everywhere.
Everything else.
Mindset first, always.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
it.
got you. Y'all, if you didn't, the Empire Plates and Empire Lives podcast episode dropped yesterday with a phenomenal woman, Natalie, who's also about lifestyle and actually creates her own sacred space within her home. dedicated for her healing. But just a powerful woman, filled with resilience. And so if you haven't already, tap into that episode that just dropped on the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast.
Yeah, and I wish I had something for you, but we're filming tomorrow for the first time. And it's actually a plant-based um, business owner, and she's making a lifestyle change. So it's our first time filming in the studio in Perspective Studio Productions. So
I'm through.
they're
That's
finally
beautiful.
coming. They're finally coming. Yeah,
They're going to keep coming too. They're
absolutely.
already coming.
They're
More
already
people
here,
are
man.
lined up and
They're already
coming to
here.
Perspective
Mhm.
Studios. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, folks.
Right.
Thank you for vibing with us tonight. And come back next week, Thursday, and check out what's going on with Giovanni and me.
Y'all continue to have an amazing week, a phenomenal weekend. We'll see you next Thursday. But most importantly, y'all, thanks for vibing with us.
All right. Have a good night. Let's see. Hold that. Hold that. They still vibing.